moved to a new spot, and there's some logging going on here in this spot, which just gives me like uncomfortable vibes. You know, this is not what I'm out here for, but it's part of the deal when you're traveling like this. You never know what the place is going to be like when you get there. So you can see all these trees are marked, and then right back here there's a couple big pieces of logging equipment. So I'm sure they'll start up maybe tomorrow or something like that, and they're going to be noisy, and I don't really want to see that. You know, I don't want to see logging and stuff like that. You can see right over here all these trees have been cut down, and they're just stacked in like neat piles. They got all their limbs on them, so they got to cut all those limbs off and then put them up into the trucks. So like this is right where I parked the trailer right now. This is what I got to look at, is a bunch of dead trees. And I don't know, like these trees are so small, I don't see the point of logging like this. But you know, it's part of our world, it's part of our society. We do logging. And at least they left some of the trees. So hopefully those trees will stay. You can see all these stumps here. So it's not totally clear cut, which is the worst. I mean, that's really bad. I'm trying to decide right now what to do. I'd like to find a better spot to camp, but there's an embankment off of this road, and I can't get the trailer through that. And it's like there's campsites there, but I just can't get the trailer through there. It'll get hung up on the back bumper and maybe the hitch. So I think my plan right now is I'm going to disconnect the trailer, just leave it right here. It's in a good, safe spot. And I can camp here tonight if I want to, which I might do that. But I think I'm going to just disconnect the trailer and then take the truck and drive the truck around and just go on an excursion and look for a good place that's away from logging and has a place, you know, basically a place I can get the trailer into. It's really beautiful out here, and this logging, it just kind of gets me depressed, honestly. There's a lot of people out here. I just drove through this big meadow area, and there's a lot of rigs out there, big buses and big fifth wheels and big Class A's. And I don't really want to be around other people, especially in a big open area. If it's amongst the trees, like that would be fine, because you get a little bit of privacy, so that's okay. The main reason I don't want to be necessarily too close to other people is because of generators, noise, like if they have ATVs, that kind of thing. I just want some peace and quiet. This is a good forest, so I'm going to detach the truck and wish us luck. Hopefully we'll find a cool spot. I think we will. Yeah, so we're leaving the trailer behind. This place doesn't seem too sketchy to me, so it's not. I'm not too worried about the trailer. And we're only going to be out for maybe half hour or something like that. This is a brand new place to me, so everything is very sort of up in the air. I'm excited about it because this is a really neat area, but it's just a bummer for me to have to be amidst all of this logging that's going on. We're going to drive by some logging equipment here in a second. So I'm going to go up this road here, and hopefully up that road I'll find some good sites that I can get the trailer into. If not, then I'm going to have to go back the way that I started, the way I came from, and see what I can negotiate there for a good spot. There's some big fields, but I'd rather be in the trees. That's kind of what I want right now, is to be amongst the standing trees. This is Nomad Life. Hey, thanks for watching the Got Out channel. I've been having a lot of fun showing our adventures to all of you and reading the comments, because when I'm out here, like a lot of times I get a pretty good signal, and so I can read your comments, and you know, it kind of gives me something to do, and it's fun. So hit that like button, let me know you're watching. We like to know you're watching, and subscribe so you don't miss any of our adventures. Okay, off to find a good campsite. Also, I noticed a whole bunch of cows kind of closer to the entrance of where we came in on this forest road. And you know, I like cows, they're kind of fun to watch and stuff like that, but they crap all over the place, they eat stuff, they make a mess. And Echo, you know, he gets really focused on the cows, and that's really annoying. Dodger can't hear the cows, and Dodger just pretty much ignores them. So he'll kind of walk right up to the cows, like thinking they're just a friendly dog or whatever. And sometimes the cows want to headbutt him, and he doesn't even know unless I yell at him and warn him. So here's the logging stuff. So I know some of you are going to be leaving me negative comments because I'm complaining about logging. You're going to be telling me about, oh, how they make jobs and things like that. And I agree. Like, I'm not against logging. It's just, it's unsightly, and it doesn't give you good vibes when you're out here, especially when you're trying to be out in nature. It makes it dusty when they log. It's just super dusty. And then, you know, what are they going to do with this wood? Like, why is it so important to cut these trees down? They're not even that big of trees. You know, I get it. Like, people need jobs, and we do need the wood for certain things. But take a look at this. You can see how dusty it gets out here. Just because the terrain's all torn up, and then there's not trees, you know, giving shade to make I don't know, it's like, it's just all torn up. It's just nasty. It's like, what's the point of this? So go ahead, leave me negative comments. Like, I appreciate all your comments, even if they're negative comments. Give me a thumbs down. I don't care. I just want to know you're watching what we're putting out here. And, you know, we're just learning about living in the outdoors too. So this is just one of the things we have to deal with. All right, okay, now this is untouched forest here. At least recently. There are some stumps back there, but you can tell they're pretty old. So that's the one thing about, now this looks like a campsite. I see there's this little dip right here. It doesn't look like much, but my trailer has a pretty low clearance. I think I could swing this though. I think I could manage this. It's right by the road. So that's one thing I don't like. I'm just trying to find like the perfect spot. I didn't want to leave the place I was at, but I needed to because my black tank was full. So that kind of gives me the motivation to kind of hit the road again. Because that place I was at, I loved it. There was so much good hiking. The weather was amazing. We're up in the mountains. Now we're down probably 1,000 feet low or something like that. So I'm really looking for something that's comparable to what we were just at. Well, the one thing about the logging is that the trees do grow back. Especially when they plant trees again, the trees do grow back. So, I mean, it's going to take, 80 years, 100 years before the trees are back, and then they'll probably just chop them down again. But in that way, it's kind of sustainable. It seems sustainable. And this is all untouched forest out here. This is nice. I like this. And I see a spot right here. That's too close to the road. And this could kind of work. I could get the trailer right back in there. And it looks nice and flat. That looks pretty good. So these are all the kind of things like I take into account when I'm looking for a new spot. It's just always weird when you haven't been at a specific location before, because like I'm planning to stay here. Like I want to stay here for at least a few nights if I can. I might just stay one night and then move to a different spot, that kind of thing. But I want to stay a few nights, and I could stay maybe a week if I want. And there's a little road back here. But I'll tell you, the cool thing is having this truck, because I can just look where I want to go, and I can go pretty much anywhere with the truck. Now this looks nice back here. Man, this looks actually really nice. See, I could camp right back in here. There's some other little sites back here. Here, let's get out and check it out. You see, it's a nice road coming in. Then I could back up right here. This is nice because it's off of the main road, so I won't have to worry about dust. Yeah, this is nice. kind of weird because there's another little site back here. Or at least it looks like a fire pit. But there's no road to get in here. And this is going to be quiet back here. If someone was just recently using this, it looks like. So I'll scan the area, see if there's any campers like hidden in here. I don't see anybody. So that's where I would put the truck and the trailer. This is cool. I like this place. You know, now that I'm past the logging area, the dogs and I have been living on the road full time for almost 3 years now. You can go back and see our videos of us learning about nomad life, and we still got a lot to learn. This could be a cool place. So I'm going to check the cell signal right here, see if that works. I think that's going to be my deciding factor. Okay, that was easy. To check the cell signal, basically all I do is I pull up YouTube and then I just pick a video and then I click play. And if it starts playing, then I assume the signal out here must be pretty good. Having the truck is a good thing to have out here. You can see there's somebody out here with another truck, but they're pretty far away. And they just have a truck, so I'm not expecting they'll have a generator or anything like that. But this is the kind of place I want to be, and I feel like we're pretty far out. I think we're about 2 miles from the main freeway. But to have a cell signal out here is like, that makes me feel really good, because this could be an awesome spot. So I'm gonna go get the trailer and I'm gonna double check the road as I go back to make sure it's trailer worthy. This spot could be really awesome. And a lot of times I'll mark the spot. I'm not gonna mark the spot this time, just because, I don't know, because if I mark the spot now and then I decide, oh, I can't get the trailer here, then I got to come back and get the stuff that I left. I don't know. And there's a spot I can turn around. So if I need to turn around with the trailer, then I can turn around. So I know even if the spot is taken when I get here, you know what, I'm going to leave something here. I'm just going to leave something here. That way nobody will take this spot. Okay, so you can see how I marked the spot here. Just leave some stuff around that, you know, I wouldn't mind if it got stolen, basically. Because it's going to take me I'll probably be back here in 20-30 minutes. Because I got to hook up the trailer and then bring her back. I'm going to back it in. And backing it in this distance is going to be fine. You know, just kind of curve it around here. Back it right in here. And man, I can't believe I got a cell signal. Like, this spot could be epic. So I'll get back to you once I get the trailer in here. Let's see how that goes. And one way to know if your road that you're trying to travel on is trailer worthy is you just look and see, like, there's a much bigger trailer than mine and they made it this far. So that always gives me confidence when I see like a fifth wheel or a big motorhome that's gone down the same road I want to go down. Then I know, like, well, they made it, so I should do all right, because I have a pretty small trailer. I always feel really good when I take the truck out, because then I know for sure, like, I drove this whole road. I'm measuring it right now. I think it's about a mile from where I dropped the trailer off. So I know this whole 1 mile stretch is trailer worthy because I took the truck on it. There's the trailer waiting for us. She is going to be in an awesome spot. I mean, look at this territory. These trees are neat because they're pretty big, but there's so many that are just down on the ground. It's just sad. It's just a sad place to camp anyway. I just got the trailer all hooked up, and now we got 1.3 miles. It's about 1.3 miles from this all this construction or tree logging equipment. So when they kick up work tomorrow, hopefully I won't hear them because I'll be over a mile away. But you know, we'll see. This place I found using iOverlander, which is the main app that I use right now for finding new places. I got a lot of places that I go to regularly, where I stay regularly, that I like to hang out, and the dogs like to hang out, and it's good camping, good sun, or whatever I need. You know, it's close to water. So I got a lot of places that I kind of hit regularly on my travels. But then I always like to add in new places. As we get better and better at this, it gets a little easier, and you get a little bit more confident as far as like going to new places. But it's still always fun to hit your old haunts. It's a lot of fun to go back to the same places. It would be a nightmare if I got there to like one of my favorite places and it's like logged like this place. That's kind of one of the things I dread happening. You know, when you start to pick places that are your favorites, you could go there and it could be, they could have a housing development there or something like that. You kind of never know. But I'll tell you, nomad life, it's a lot of fun. Right now, we're gonna make an awesome camp. I'm pretty pumped about this camp. iOverlander is the app to check out if you're curious about finding places. Just get that app, it's free. And I'm not sponsored by them or anything like that. It's just an app that I use. I also use like Free Roam, I use that. And the main reason I use that one is because it'll show you what areas are national forest and what areas are BLM, so you know which boundaries to stay in. The iOverlander doesn't really show you the boundaries like that. So it's good to use a couple apps to kind of get a feel for it. But all the reviews that I read on iOverlander, they warned me about this logging that was going on. You know, people leave reviews. One person left a review saying it was noisy because of the logging. So I kind of knew what to expect. I sort of knew what I was getting into. And then several of the reviews said past the meadow, because there's a lot of individual campsites beyond that. Even though a lot of people camp out in this main meadow, you can find your own spots if you keep driving. Somebody left a review that said 1 or 2 miles past the freeway, you'll still get good reception. So I was kind of counting on that, and it turns out it was right. So this is going to be a one board spot. I just need one board on one side of the trailer. There's a ladybug. Because it's a little bit lopsided. It's really not bad, but it's a lot nicer if it's perfect. So then I just back up onto that board, and I'll have both wheels on that board, and it's going to be perfectly level. See, that's what I'm looking for right there. And I checked the level in a few spots inside the trailer. See, I'll check the countertop here. There's something on it. Okay, yeah, it's level. Yep. Check the table. That's level. And then I check it this way as well. And that looks pretty good. It's a little bit off, front and back. I can feel that it's a little bit off, even though the bubble level shows that it's pretty close. I mean, I think it is pretty close, but I can feel that it's nose down a little bit. So I want to adjust that. And the way I do that, since it's just a minor amount, I can detach the truck and then put the post down on the tongue of the trailer. Then I can jack up the front of the trailer to whatever height I want. But since the nose is only down a little bit, it's not a whole lot, without having to detach the trailer, I can put these blocks down here and then just lower the post down onto the blocks and then raise it up with this electronic jack that I got here. And that'll raise the bumper of the truck up a little bit, but just a little bit is all I need to make it level inside. That way I don't have to detach the trailer, because I don't know how long I'm going to be here, but if I'm going to be here for a while, then I will detach it. The dogs are just running around out here peeing on everything. There's Dodger. I got to keep an eye on them just so they don't run off after anything. Like I said, there's cows around here, and I'm sure there's deer about. but I haven't seen it yet. Hopefully I don't when he's off the leash.